People. Que pasa, suck, pass, say what they do. Now people, the first part of the video is called Farm Community. Effortville in Clarendon, it is hot. Like magma lava, people, it is blazing. And this is based on a couple of incidents that took place within a 48-hour span. We are speaking about 3 GUNMEN roll up on the spot. In the first incident, it is said that a taxi that was driving with a 6-month pregnant lady and some picnic and the taxi driver and other occupants of the vehicle, it was blaze up. And after the smoke cleared, people, the taxi driver and the 6 months pregnant lady, she was conned up and they were taken to the place of recovery. And they are still in the place of recovery. And based on the Popo report, it is said that a few moments later, they went to a place called Alexandria Avenue and people, a lady, a woman, a mother, she was in her house and she heard all the commotion, and when she come outside, she was blazed up to while they put them inside of the house. A few moments later, it is said that they went to a place and they were inquiring about some sort of bike, and they robbed some men that were at the front of the yard, and people, those 2 men, they were taken out completely. So people, we are speaking about 5 persons so far, and based on the Popo information, it is said that the next person was also conned up. Now people, this happened within 24 hours. This was on Wednesday night, maybe about between 9 p.m. and 9:45 p.m. We are speaking about 6 persons. And people, 48 or 24 hours later, we are speaking about in the same community, a man, a 54-year-old man, and he is said to be a Mason, and his wife, Mr. Taylor, they were walking in the community when they were pounced upon by these same people. And based on the Popo report, it is said that they were found laying face down upon the ground like a carpet, people, execution style. So people, when we do the maths, we are speaking about between a 48 hours and a 24-hour span. We are talking about 8 people. And people, when we think about the victims, they are all random act of nonsense. We are speaking about a taximan that was driving through the community. So therefore, they did not know if he was a suspect. They were not looking for him specifically. Them just blaze up the car with picnic and pregnant woman and everybody night. And then a couple of moments later, them went down the lane or down the road. And them shoot up a mother with her picnic in her house. And then after, they went to a place and them conned up 2 and take out those 2. And they claimed that they were looking for some sort of bike. However, them robbed the people. Now people, when we put 2 and 2 together, it makes absolutely no sort of sense. Because if you claim that your motive is looking for some sort of stolen bike and you did not find the bike, however, you robbed the people. So people, it seems as if this was just some wicked set of gunmen that were just looking for all sorts of trouble. And they were using the bikes for sykes. Based on my determination of the whole situation, and people, like I said, I am just speculating. People, 24 hours to 48 hours later, them go down the street again and them con up a man and his wife. A 54-year-old man. We are speaking about a person that is said to be a Mason or some sort of professional man. So people, when we look at all the persons that were taken out, none of them are affiliated with any sort of rivalry, gang rivalry. None of them are gangsters. None of them are shatters. None of them are said to be associated with anybody. May I talk about Quaco? People, may I talk about random act of nonsense, point blank and period. So anyways people, you understand that whenever any sort of incident like this goes down, there are a couple of accounts we are speaking about from different eyewitness. And people, I am going to let you listen to some voice note and also some video of the Pope and of some residents, and then I am going to give my piece.
I know say me about 2 last night, but me know this morning me say 5. No, me no know for 2. Me know about 2. But me no know about me say more people get shot, me no know much. I want to shoot up, me no know. I just hear me hear that this morning say last night me say 2. And then now me hear this morning say 5 get shot, dead including one pregnant mother. So, me no know nobody now say nothing, see everybody more lock round ya. Around a villa last night, you know, around a villa. Me no know what go on, Lisa. Me dey like now, me frightened me, say I'm pregnant man I night. And a darky, no, they say darky, no. This year, say no darky, a shutty. One taxi man, one run taxi, me a shutty. And that man Cootie dead. They say darky the hospital. He give shot, but he in the hospital. And the girl in the hospital, when I was bad. So they did me 2 days. And one girl, a girl with no, they say, when Oliver Garden she come from. Then shoot up that the girl the first and her husband. So the girl the husband dead, but the girl and then come round now and that the street they don't come start shoot anybody then see. You don't know what go on. I miss over one bike it take place. One bike. Bike can replace people like can replace. Them look a boy we are just coming in if you go steal them. We don't know where policemen can come lick out clot marrow. I can't just walk and shoot that. Me say, me then I come in, Lisa, and shoot the vehicle with me too because me say, anybody didn't catch last night. But through me not turn around till hours. You understand? But it could happen earlier. Hold on, man, then.
Now, people, based on these voice notes, it is obvious that the residents in the area, they are scared, they are shook, they are wondering, they are pondering. And people, it is also obvious that they are frustrated with all of these thieves. And based on the voice note, which is manipulated because of obvious reason, I don't want persons to pick up that person's voice. So people, me just say, you understand how the privacy and confidentiality thing goes whenever people send you all sorts of information. You have to basically make sure so you secure their life and make sure that you don't divulge who this person is. So anyways, people, based on the voice note, it is obvious that this is over some sort of bike, allegedly. That is one side of the story. And these persons are involved in all sorts of scamming. So people, it is obvious that people know say some scammer in the area, some criminal in the area. However, people, until it reaches their doorstep, people are not going to say anything. Until it reaches to the worst case scenario, people are not going to say anything. But people, in this case, we see in a couple of incidents, at least 8 persons, at least 5 gone, and at least 3 others are nursing their wounds in the place of recovery. So people, we see it is getting from bad to worse. And like the Popo say, let me let you listen to the voice note of what the Popo in the ear, the SSP in the ear, I think his name is Mr. Phillips. Listen to what he has to say, and then I'll give my piece.
I have a female who is, we understand, is 6 months pregnant, and a male who is also suffering from shot wounds. We had children who were in that vehicle. Luckily, that man was able to drive away from the incident and was later assisted by the police in Maypen. Basically, the mother who was there with her children came out on the veranda not recognizing what was happening and just questioned what was happening. The next thing you know, she shot. She later. Those persons were basically at their gate when the 3 men came up, robbed the persons there and asked about a bike. They were determined to find that bike. We just want to call on the residents at this time to tell us all that you know, because this one is of serious interest. We have great interest in what happened since night. We anticipate that this might cause further problem for us in the division. I managed to have a small meeting with the persons gathered in the community who are really, saddened by what happened. Tomorrow we'll revisit the community to have further meetings and engagements with the members of that community.
Both husband and wife were seen lying face down along the roadway with what appeared to be wounds to their heads. This appears to be a reprisal based on our initial assessment of it, and it is so disappointing because we had a strong deployment of police persons along with military that were in that community. We will continue to monitor it. We have strengthened the deployment in the area as we anticipate that we might have even further counter reprisals. reprisals and counter reprisals.
Now, people, based on this voice note from the Pope or the top cop in the era in a Clarendon, it is obvious that they had all sorts of popo, all sorts of soldier, all sorts of military team all over the place to basically stop the reprisal. However, people, it did not stop it because, like you say, reprisal is the order of the day. And when these persons want to do anything, them not care of popo, they're on the corner. Them not care of soldier, they're on the corner. They are just in KILL mode. So they are going to do whatever they are going to do without any remorse, without any sort of people can stop them. People, it is obvious that these persons, they are brazen, they are barefaced, them not give a FUCK, point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion, it is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine, but let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.